Let's not sugarcoat it. Chrisean Rock's motherhood era just cracked open, and what's spilling out makes Zeus Network look like a Hallmark movie. The internet's been screaming mother goals, but behind those lives, tears, and viral hugs, the receipts say something else entirely. Word on the street is that Chrisean never truly cared for baby Junior, not from day one. The truth is colder than Blueface's studio lighting, and fans are finally seeing through the chaos she sold as love. From hospital drama to wild nights out while baby Junior's cries echoed off Instagram Live, the timeline is painting a picture uglier than a love and hip-hop reunion brawl. People who once defended her are backpedaling faster than influencers deleting apology videos. Every clip, every tweet, every whisper from insiders points to one thing. Chrisean's mom life might have been just another storyline. This isn't just gossip, it's a meltdown in real time. The same fans who worshipped her for keeping it real are now calling her the most delusional mom in celebrity history. Because when the truth starts leaking, no filter, no captions, no edits. The internet remembers every cry, every excuse, and every moment she chose clout over her child. It all started like every Chrisean Rock headline. Loud, messy, and dripping with drama. When baby Junior was born, social media practically threw a parade. Fans called her Mother of the Year. Hashtags like #BabyRock and Chrisean Strong were everywhere, and she played the role perfectly. Tears on camera, emotional captions, heartfelt music playing in the background. But behind the crying selfies and heartfelt TikToks, insiders say the story wasn't as sweet as it looked. Apparently, the chaos didn't stop when the cameras did. People close to Chrisean started whispering that she wasn't ready for motherhood, not mentally, not emotionally, and definitely not in lifestyle. The same girl who made her career on being unfiltered didn't filter anything once baby Junior came into the picture. Late night lives, screaming matches, drinking, partying, and constant online drama, the whole circus continued as if nothing had changed. And while her followers thought she was juggling fame and motherhood like a boss, those close to her claimed baby Junior wasn't even in the same house half the time. When the first rumor broke that Chrisean had left her baby with family to go clear her mind, the internet exploded. Some defended her. She's young, she needs a break. Others were ruthless. She only loves herself, one viral tweet read, racking up hundreds of thousands of likes. Screenshots started circulating of her being spotted at clubs, at studios, even arguing outside venues while someone else was watching the baby. Every image chipped away at the strong mom narrative she'd built so fast. Then came the lives. The chaotic, unfiltered lives that made everyone wonder if the baby was even safe. One moment she'd be crying, the next she'd be laughing, the next she'd be ranting about Blueface or Zeus producers like the world owed her a therapy session. Fans noticed the lack of focus, the erratic behavior, and the total absence of maternal energy. It's giving performance, one fan wrote, not parenting. And as harsh as that sounds, the pattern kept repeating. Her interviews didn't help either. One minute she'd say baby Junior changed her life, and the next she'd talk about how stressful it was having a kid while dealing with haters. It felt less like love and more like damage control. People started pointing out inconsistencies, how she claimed she was raising him alone. Yet family members were often seen holding, feeding, or watching the baby instead. Even Blueface, in one of his infamous lives, threw gasoline on the fire when he said, "She don't even know what she's doing. I'd be feeling bad for the lil dude." That one line turned into a viral hashtag, and overnight, the internet went from cheering Chrisean to dissecting her every move. The more fans watched, the more they noticed something off. Every time baby Junior appeared on her lives, it felt forced. She'd smile for the camera, kiss him, say, "Look at my baby," then immediately switch topics to her beef with someone. People started making side-by-side edits comparing her to other celebrity moms like Cardi B and Summer Walker, showing the difference in energy. "Cardi's hugging her kids," one fan commented. "Chrisean's hugging the camera." The judgment was brutal, but the receipts didn't lie. Then came the most controversial clip of all, Chrisean live streaming while baby Junior was crying in the background. The sound broke the internet. Some fans defended her, saying it was normal for babies to cry. Others said it was proof she wasn't attentive. The comments flooded in by the thousands. "Turn the camera off and take care of your baby," one said. Another wrote, "This is sad to watch." Within hours, the clip had millions of views, and Chrisean's reputation started to crumble. Instead of calming things down, she did what she always does, doubled down. She posted a story saying, "Y'all weird for judging how I raise mine. followed by a photo of her with the baby, captioned, "We good." But the internet wasn't buying it. People started pulling timestamps, cross-referencing dates, and exposing inconsistencies. How are y'all good if this was the same night she was spotted outside the club arguing? One user posted, attaching photos for proof. It was like watching the fandom turn into detectives overnight. Meanwhile, Blueface kept adding fuel. During one of his interviews, he hinted that he was worried for his son's safety, saying, "I just hope she gets help." Coming from him, it was ironic, but it also hit hard. Fans who used to think Blueface was the villain started questioning if maybe, just maybe, he wasn't exaggerating. The public narrative flipped so fast it could have caused whiplash. Behind the scenes, things allegedly got even messier. Sources claimed Chrisean's family had stepped in quietly to make sure the baby had what he needed. Others said there were arguments about custody and who really had control. Every new leak made Chrisean look more unstable. One minute she'd post about peace, the next she'd be fighting online again. It was chaos wrapped in denial, all broadcast live for the world to see. And while fans argued in comment sections, brands started pulling back. No more mom influencer deals, no diaper sponsorships, no baby collabs, nothing. She'd burned through sympathy faster than her Instagram stories. Even her diehard supporters started switching sides. "I love her music, but this is too much," one wrote. "She needs therapy, not followers." By this point, every gossip outlet had their own take. Some framed her as a struggling single mom trying to hold it together. Others called her a danger to her own child. The extremes were wild, but one thing was certain. The narrative had shifted. The heartbroken mother image was officially gone. In its place stood something darker, a woman spiraling under the weight of fame, pride, and her own chaos. The final straw came when a close associate, someone who'd been around since before the fame, went on TikTok and said, "She ain't been the same since she had that baby. It's like she don't even want it." The comment section exploded. Screenshots of Chrisean's lives were reposted, dissected, and captioned with proof. Fans started connecting dots. Missed events, inconsistent stories, and too many nights out while baby Junior's whereabouts were unclear. The internet's verdict was swift. Chrisean Rock wasn't the nurturing mom she wanted everyone to believe she was. The woman who once bragged about being the realest was now accused of being the fakest of them all. Faking love, faking effort, and faking the bond that millions thought they saw online. It was the beginning of a scandal that would flip her entire image upside down. Because once the illusion cracks, the truth doesn't just leak, it floods. And this time, Chrisean Rock was drowning in her own drama. The internet doesn't forgive, it refreshes. And the moment those clips started circulating, Chrisean Rock's entire reputation became digital currency. Every tweet, every post, every live stream was replayed, remixed, and ridiculed until her name became synonymous with neglect. What started as whispers from insiders had now become a public trial. Every mother online had an opinion, every gossip page had a theory, and every fan who once called her relatable was suddenly calling her reckless. TikTok became the courtroom, and Instagram was the evidence wall. People began piecing together her chaotic timeline like detectives working overtime. "Here she's at the studio at 2 a.m., one user narrated. "Here's the same day she claimed she was home with baby Junior." Another user spliced clips of her crying over Blueface next to moments where she was ignoring her crying baby. It was brutal, like watching the internet collectively decide to destroy her motherly image pixel by pixel. And then, in true Chrisean fashion, she added gasoline to her own fire. Instead of staying quiet, she went live again, yelling, ranting, calling everyone haters who didn't understand what it means to be a real mom. The chat section was a battlefield. Some begged her to stop, others egged her on. "Turn off the live and turn on a bottle," one viewer typed. "Girl, go rock your baby, not your ego," said another. Within minutes, screen recordings flooded every platform. The memes came next, ruthless, hilarious, and impossible to ignore. One meme showed Chrisean holding her phone instead of baby Junior with the caption, "Influencing comes first." Another had her famous toothless smile with the words, "Love don't pay for diapers." Even celebrities started chiming in. Influencers who used to collab with her began distancing themselves, a former Zeus Network star tweeted. Some people love chaos more than their kids. Fans instantly assumed it was about her, and she didn't deny it. Meanwhile, Blueface, professional chaos conductor, saw an opportunity. He went live too, claiming he'd been right all along. "Y'all thought I was the problem. he said smugly. Now look who trending. He accused her of being irresponsible, unstable, and unfit. The internet exploded again. People who once canceled him for being toxic were now ironically agreeing with him. The villain became the voice of reason, one fan commented. We're living in a simulation. Even Zeus Network couldn't resist. Behind the scenes, producers allegedly reached out to her for another season, one focusing on Chrisean the mother, capitalizing on the very scandal tearing her down. It was exploitative, but it was entertainment. And for Chrisean, drama had always been her paycheck. The question now was whether her brand could survive this level of backlash. As more leaks dropped, the story got darker. A former assistant anonymously claimed that Chrisean would leave the baby for days at a time, bouncing between clubs, friends' houses, and hotel rooms while pretending to be handling business. Another insider said she only posted pictures with the baby when engagement dipped. She knew the baby got clicks, they said. It wasn't about love. It was about likes. The statement went viral overnight, turning sympathy into disgust, but the internet's obsession only grew. Reaction channels began analyzing her every post. Body language experts popped up out of nowhere, breaking down how her eyes show detachment and her tone reveals guilt. It was a full-blown digital witch hunt. One YouTuber said, "We watched her turn motherhood into marketing, and the receipts are too loud to ignore." That line alone sparked a trending hashtag, use motherhood marketing. Meanwhile, Chrisean tried to defend herself again, posting cryptic captions like, "Y'all don't know my pain, and I'm doing my best," but fans weren't buying it anymore. The energy that once drew people to her was now turning against her. She'd built a career on being raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic. But when that same rawness exposed neglect, it stopped being endearing and started being alarming. The internet thrives on irony, and Chrisean became its latest exhibit. Just months before, she'd bragged about being the best mom ever on a podcast. Now, the same clip was circulating with clown emojis edited over it. Even her own fans started turning her quotes into memes. She said she'd die for her baby, one tweet read, but won't even log off for him. Celebrities began subtly unfollowing her. Industry friends went silent. Zeus promos stopped tagging her. It was like watching a ship slowly sink while its captain kept screaming that everything was fine. But the public could see through it. The more she insisted she was okay, the more people believed she wasn't. Then came the tipping point. A viral clip showing Chrisean at an event, visibly distracted, while someone else held baby Junior. The moment looked harmless at first, but once slowed down, fans noticed she never once looked at the baby. The comments were ruthless. "That's not love, that's PR." The way she ignores him says everything. The clip was reposted by every major gossip page within hours. It was over. Even those who tried to defend her started backing out. "I supported her through everything," one longtime fan wrote, "but I can't unsee how detached she looks." The shift was massive. The same people who once saw her as a symbol of strength were now calling her a cautionary tale. Her realness had turned into recklessness, and the audience she thought she controlled was now dissecting her like a case study in self-destruction. Blueface, of course, didn't miss a beat. He dropped a post that read, "Told y'all she wasn't ready for that life." It got more engagement than any song he'd released that year. Fans accused him of hypocrisy, but others said he was just speaking truth. Even people who hated him started admitting, "He warned us." The irony was painful. The internet had turned Chrisean's worst critic into her accidental spokesperson. Meanwhile, baby Junior had become a symbol of innocence caught in chaos, of how fame and dysfunction can swallow a child's story before he even gets to tell it. Fan pages dedicated to him popped up, filled with messages like, "He deserves better," and "Protect baby Junior." Every scandal involving Chrisean now doubled as a plea for his safety. She had become the villain in her own motherhood arc. Behind closed doors, rumors swirled that her family was stepping in again. Some said relatives were trying to intervene quietly before things got worse. Others claimed legal measures were being discussed. The gossip was messy, but the fear was real. Fans weren't just angry anymore. They were worried. Chrisean's next move could have saved her. A sincere apology, a break from the internet, maybe even therapy. But instead, she did what she always does, posted another live. This time, she said, "Y'all acting like I'm the worst mom ever, but y'all ain't perfect either." It was defensive, dismissive, and exactly what her critics wanted to hear. Screenshots went viral again. Memes resurfaced. The internet's patience had officially run out. By now, Chrisean's brand wasn't raw or relatable. It was tragic. Her unfiltered nature had gone from entertaining to exhausting. And for the first time, fans weren't laughing with her. They were laughing at her. The strong mama image she clung to was shattered. The world didn't see resilience anymore. It saw recklessness dressed as reality. The downfall was complete, but what came next would sting even more. Because when a celebrity's chaos stops being profitable, the industry moves on without mercy. And Chrisean was about to find out how fast the world forgets when the show's over. By the time the dust settled, Chrisean Rock had officially gone from viral sensation to walking controversy. Her name wasn't trending because of music, fame, or love. It was trending because the public had finally turned on her. Every day brought a new headline, a new rumor, a new wave of disappointment. The same fans who once defended her against Blueface now called her unfit, unbothered, and unbelievably out of touch. It was like the entire internet woke up one morning and said, "We've had enough of the Chrisean circus." But the thing about Chrisean is that she never knows when to quit. Instead of stepping back, reflecting, or proving her critics wrong, she did what she does best: turned chaos into content. She started posting cryptic quotes like, "I'm a good mom even when they hate me," and "God got me, not gossip." But every post made things worse. Fans were quick to respond with savage comments. "God didn't tell you to go clubbing. Take care of your son, not your storyline." The internet was done playing nice. It had receipts, and it was ready to cash them in. Things escalated when a close friend allegedly leaked screenshots of texts where Chrisean complained about feeling trapped by motherhood. "I love my son, but I miss my freedom," one message read. Whether it was real or not didn't matter. The damage was instant. It spread like wildfire, fueling every rumor that she'd never wanted baby Junior in the first place. The comments under her next post were a graveyard of disappointment. "You said he saved your life. So motherhood was just another prop to you?" The internet had its narrative, and it wasn't letting go. Then came the ultimate betrayal. Blueface shared his own receipts. In a move that broke the internet for the 10th time, he posted a video of himself talking to Chrisean over the phone. Her voice, irritated and cold, could be heard saying, "I'm tired of this baby stuff." Fans didn't even care if it was edited. They had their villain. She said it herself. One fan screamed on X, "She never wanted him." The clip became the #1 trending topic across all platforms. Every podcast, every gossip channel, every commentator had their own take. Some called it postpartum stress. Others called it narcissism. But the overwhelming majority said one thing: Chrisean never cared from the start. The phrase itself turned into a catchphrase. People were making TikTok skits, parody songs, even fake baby product commercials using her quotes. What once was adoration had now turned into open mockery. And just when you thought the humiliation couldn't get any deeper, a leaked court document hit the blogs, allegedly showing that Chrisean's family was seeking custody assistance. Whether it was temporary or permanent didn't matter. The word custody alone was enough to set the internet ablaze. "Imagine losing your baby and your brand in the same month," one fan tweeted. "Rock bottom for real." It was merciless. Every influencer and gossip page reposted it with captions like, "Prayers up for baby Junior." But nobody was praying for Chrisean anymore. They were just watching. For the first time in her chaotic career, Chrisean went quiet. No lives, no tweets, no club appearances. Weeks passed and the silence was deafening. Some thought she was finally taking accountability. Others thought she was spiraling in private. Either way, her absence spoke louder than any apology ever could. But the internet never sleeps, and silence only breeds speculation. Rumors started that she was in therapy, that she'd lost her sponsorships, that she was planning to rebrand as a gospel artist. It sounded ridiculous, but nothing about her story had ever made sense. Why start now? Then, out of nowhere, she came back. No apology, no explanation, just a new video titled "My Truth." The internet tuned in like it was the Super Bowl. In it, she looked calm but defiant. "Y'all don't know me," she began. "Y'all see clips, y'all see lies, but y'all don't see the love I got for my son. Lies, but y'all don't see the love I got for my son." She talked about her struggles, about stress, fame, pressure, and betrayal. She blamed blogs, haters, and fake friends for twisting her image, but the tone didn't land the way she thought it would. The internet wasn't in the mood for another self-pity session. "We don't need your truth," one comment read. "We saw the reality." The backlash was immediate. She had walked right back into the fire. Within hours, parody accounts started reposting her video with sarcastic captions like, "This episode of Excuses Rock brought to you by denial." The internet had made up its mind. There would be no redemption this time. For years, Chrisean thrived off attention. But now, that same attention was suffocating her. Every word, every post, every facial expression was turned against her. Even her tears, once seen as raw and real, were now dismissed as performative. The internet had finally stripped her of her favorite weapon, sympathy. But in the middle of all that chaos, one thing became painfully clear. Baby Junior had become the symbol of everything Chrisean wasn't: innocent, voiceless, and undeserving of the chaos surrounding him. The same audience that once laughed at her antics was now rooting for her son's peace. People started donating to baby charities in his name. Others began posting messages like, "Protect Baby Junior at all costs." It was the internet's way of saying, "We're done with her." But not with him. Even celebrities started distancing themselves completely. No collabs, no tags, no features. The entertainment world treats bad press like a disease, and Chrisean had become contagious. Zeus quietly stopped mentioning her. Music blogs stopped covering her. PR agencies ghosted her. The same fame that once lifted her up now turned its back without hesitation. Then, in a strange twist of irony, fans started noticing that Chrisean's numbers were dropping. Drastically. Fewer views, fewer followers, fewer bookings. The empire she built on chaos was collapsing in slow motion. Every click she once monetized was now a reminder that she'd gone too far. Her unbothered persona was finally bothered by silence. Because for someone who built her brand on noise, being ignored was the ultimate punishment. Still, some people wondered if she could ever bounce back. After all, this is the internet. The same place that forgave Kanye, canceled Doja, and made Amber Heard memes a global currency. Maybe Chrisean could pull a comeback too. Maybe she'd go dark for a few months, reappear with a sob story, and rebuild. But for now, the damage was too deep. The audience wasn't angry anymore. They were indifferent. And in celebrity culture, indifference is worse than hate. By the time the saga began fading from trending pages, one truth remained. Chrisean Rock's fall from grace wasn't caused by Blueface, the blogs, or her enemies. It was self-inflicted. She had turned her own life into a reality show and forgot that real life doesn't come with a script or a retake. The final image that circulated online was poetic. Chrisean sitting alone in a car, staring at her phone, the world outside moving on. No tears, no drama, no filters. Just silence. And maybe that's what she needed all along. Because for the first time in years, the noise stopped. And all that was left was the echo of her own decisions. Her story became the warning parents whispered to each other about fame, ego, and online validation. The internet had crowned her queen of chaos. But even queens fall when they forget who they're fighting for. Chrisean Rock wanted attention more than affection, clout more than connection. And in the end, she lost the one thing that could have saved her legacy: being a mother first, a spectacle second. And just like that, the girl who once broke the internet ended up broken by it. And that's the twisted, jaw-dropping reality of Chrisean Rock. The woman who built an empire out of chaos and then got buried under the weight of her own headlines. She wanted to be seen, but somewhere between the lights, the lives, and the lies, she forgot that motherhood isn't a brand. It's a bond. The internet didn't cancel her. She canceled herself, one impulsive decision at a time. From hospital rooms to hashtags, from lullabies to live streams, every choice screamed louder than any apology could. So what happens now? Does Chrisean vanish and pull the spiritual healing comeback like every other celebrity with a PR crisis? Or does she double down and keep shouting into the digital void, hoping someone still cares? The internet's attention span is short, but its memory is ruthless. And the same people who built her career brick by scandalous brick are now sweeping the floor clean for the next disaster. That's the price of fame without focus. When your name is trending for everything except talent, the clock starts ticking on your relevance. Drop your thoughts below, because this one's a battlefield. Do you think Chrisean ever really cared for Baby Junior, or was it all smoke, tears, and lighting filters? Is she a misunderstood woman caught in a social media trap, or a master manipulator finally exposed by her own audience? Let's hear it in the comments. No mercy, no filters, just truth, and before you run off to the next meltdown, you know what to do. Smash that like button like it owes you child support, subscribe to the channel before another celebrity implodes, and ring that bell icon like you're waking the entire internet. Because here on Gossip Flow, we don't just report the chaos, We translate it, twist it, and deliver it hotter than TMZ on espresso. Tomorrow's headline might be another rapper's meltdown, a reality star breakup, or a leaked call that makes this look tame. Whatever it is, we'll be there first, turning whispers into wildfire. Stay tuned, stay savage, and remember, in the world of fame, truth isn't hidden. It's just waiting to trend. It's just waiting to trend.